Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Lisa Bassini and I'm the baking coach. Today we're going to make fresh whipped cream. So let's just get started with this because it's going to need to beat for a little while. In here is 2 cups of heavy cream. I'm going to pour that in. And I'm going to add my whip attachment. I'm going to get this going and I'm going to talk to you while this is going. Okay, so I have to use my loud voice anyway. So with making homemade whipped cream, one of the things you want to make sure is that the bowl you're using is completely dry. A lot of people even put their bowl itself in the refrigerator overnight to get the bowl chilled. I don't do that, but you can if you want to. Anyway, I can't think that far ahead. No, I'm kidding. You want to make sure your blade, nothing is wet. You don't want to add in any additional moisture. I just put in 2 cups of heavy cream and I'm at a low setting. The funny thing about whipped cream is if you beat it too fast, too quickly, it just gets all over the place. So you don't want to go on a high power until the cream itself in the bowl almost doubles. What we're trying to create here is tiny bubbles. There used to be a song, Tiny Bubbles. I'm not going to sing it, just saying. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for this cream independently on its own to form those tiny bubbles. And using this whisk attachment is actually incorporating air into the cream, and that's what stiffens and makes whipped cream. So you don't have to use a high-powered KitchenAid mixer. You can use any mixer at all. The reason why I'm not using a hand mixer in this video is for timing. It is a lot faster to make it in a stand mixer, high powered, that type of thing. Okay, so the other ingredients in making whipped cream is you're going to need some vanilla extract, don't put it in yet, and also some powdered sugar. Sometimes in my whipped cream, I give my students a half of a recipe as opposed to using a full. I'm demonstrating a full today, which is why I put in the 2 cups of cream. But my whipped cream recipe is easily divisible in half if I feel the recipe doesn't need a full recipe of whipped cream. So for a full recipe, I use 2 cups of cream, half a cup of powdered sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. For half a recipe, it'd be 1 cup of cream, 1/4 teaspoon powdered sugar, and a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So we're gonna let this mix up a bit. I'm gonna kind of speed it along tiny bit. But you really want the cream in here to at least double in size before you add in any kind of sugar or extract. So you have more of a stable base, so to speak. All right, one thing I forgot to grab was a rubber spatula. So I'm gonna go grab that. You guys can watch this for me. You're right there. I'm back. Okay. Making fresh whipped cream is really super delicious. Like if I'm making a Black Forest cake or finishing off a pumpkin pie or making a strawberry shortcake, I use my fresh whipped cream every single time. And if you take the time to make the tiny bubbles in the base here, my whipped cream will stay stable for 3 days in the refrigerator. So I just put it in a pastry bag, put a rubber band on the other end, and just leave it in the fridge and squeeze it and use it whenever I'm ready. 3 days for sure. And then on the 4th day, it'll get a little watery, and I just push that out. But for the most part, it's pretty stable. Much more stable than I am. No, I'm only kidding. Anyway, you know, it's funny because, like, I knew with this video, I'd have to do a little bit more talking. And when I first started shooting a lot of videos, it was, of course, March of 2020 when the whole world changed. I look at myself then and now, a year later, almost, and I'm like, my goodness, I've got to go on a diet. I'm eating way too much because I wear the same apron and the same shirt, but I'm noticing that my face is getting a little rounder. So, and I had to buy new jeans, so I'm not going in a good direction. Anyway, that's enough of that. But I do realize it. When you film yourself, that's what happens. So it is coming up. I'm going to tilt the camera into the bowl, and as you can see, it's starting to incorporate some nice air there, and it is getting more and more fuller than what it was before. Okay. Oh, all right. That's a good position. Now you got me and the whipped cream. So I'm going to just kick it up a tiny bit more. If your whipped cream splatters, that means you're going too fast. So your whipped cream will tell you when it can handle more speed. And it didn't splatter at all. I don't see anything on the bowl like kind of, that would resemble like heavy cream rain or anything. So we're in a good position right now. Okay. Just let it go, let it go. 6 minutes into the video, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. Oh, let's talk about vanilla extract. So I have mine in a little mason jar, and I love to put my extract in there, and I'll tell you why. Not that I'm going to use it right now, but I need stuff to talk about. Here's a 1 teaspoon. I love it because I can just tilt the jar and measure. So it makes measuring my extract a lot easier. So I use mason jars all the time. I've just got some rubber bands stored in this one, just to have it on hand. I use rubber bands a lot with my pastry bags, so it's always great to have them on hand and in something cute that it doesn't, look like, oh, why do you have decorative rubber bands in your kitchen? They have a purpose, and everything looks nice in a jar, really does. Okay, so let's take a look inside the bowl again. As you can see, it's really starting to form some whipped cream. So now at this stage, I'm going to add in my powdered sugar. Get that in there, and that's going to sweeten and stabilize my whipped cream. We'll also add to that the only liquid we are allowed to add, which is some vanilla extract. And now I'm going to kick up the speed. Because it can handle it. It is splattering a little bit, but not a lot. And now the speed is definitely thickening up our whipped cream, making it nice and stable. Smells so good. I'm going to stop my blade for a second, and as you can see, the whipped cream is nice and stiff. It is stuck to my blade. I'm gonna the funny thing, if you are using a KitchenAid, sometimes it doesn't reach the way bottom, so you just wanna kinda flip it over a little bit. Just give it one more beat for like 30 seconds, and you will be in whipped cream. Whoops, sorry about that, everyone. Whoop. I'm just gonna hit this one last time. Super fast for like 15 seconds. Whoops. Great. So that is my super stable whipped cream, all done. Just position the camera this way now. There you go. It's all done, nice and stable. I'm going to get that off of my mixer. Okay, just real quick before I close, can you overmix your whipped cream? Yes, that is how you make butter. So do not overmix. It will just solidify and then become churned right into butter, unless you like sweet butter, and then you can make some. But anyway, my name is Lisa Bassini. I'm the baking coach. You could reach out to the baking coach at bakingcoach.com. I want to thank you all for tuning in on my whipped cream tutorial. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye-bye now.